Yeah, I just put gas in it and drive. But what if you can't put gas in it? Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'll be telling you another superpilotish five tips. To the automakers, just a few tips about the cars. Okay, so I was, as usual, trying to think about what am I gonna do for this show. So lately it's been popping up a lot about the Cybertruck. Ooh, Tesla's new Cybertruck's coming out or something. It seems like they're always launching it, but I don't see them driving around. They're producing them or something. So yeah, that's a pretty high tech machine. And thinking about that some more, I was thinking about pretty much any of the cars that you have driving around these days, if they're brand new, there's quite a lot of tech in there. And I've found some people here and there, they don't even know how to use it. It's too complicated. Like there's a lot of people, they have their cell phone. You can do all. It's a really powerful device if you know how to use it. And some people just use it to make phone calls, and they don't know how to adjust the settings and things. So uh, I figured today I would give my 2 cents out to the universe, and who knows if someone will be helped by it. Yeah, so my tips for the automakers. Okay, we're starting off with tip number one on the whiteboard. Here we go. All right, you have to create an interactive course. I kind of ran out of room here, so I put the hyphen in. But yeah, I got like it's almost at the point where the cars are so complex these days that like you need to have like training to know everything about that. Oh, hey, Nefarious, welcome to the show. And yeah, so I was thinking about now that's something that has happened in aviation over the years too. So the modern airplanes are just powered by tons of GPS and moving maps and glass cockpit. Like it's a very computerized environment, especially in like the big jets and big expensive planes. And there's a lot of training that the pilots have to do to be able to fly those things and handle emergency situations. And like there's like hours and hours of training that you have to do as a pilot to fly these things. But for the same amount of tech, you can just hop in your car and go. And I don't know how safe that would be. Like I don't know. I haven't really driven any car that's like massively high tech. I kind of lean. Call me old Generation X, old, not a baby boomer, but oh hey, Wrench. I just think that like the less complicated a machine is, whatever the machine, whether it's an airplane or a car, less complicated is, there's less things to go wrong. So yeah, but my idea for the automakers, and I'm thinking specifically like about Tesla. Now Tesla is like really on the cutting edge of like everything. There's some pretty expensive cars out there with lots of goodies. I was looking at a not that I could ever afford it, but like a Ferrari 812. Those look like neat cars, and you can have the dashboard go on like both sides, so there's like the navigator panel over on the passenger side and stuff like that. And it's like, whoa, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Yeah, I know. Like the newer cars, you can customize colors, you can do all kinds of neat stuff with it. But yeah, and so I was looking at Tesla, and it's probably got even more than anything I've ever seen, because I've never actually been in a Tesla. But I'd imagine there's tons more from what I've heard on the interwebs. And then, oh hey, Dustin, welcome to the show. So yeah, I was thinking about, you need a course for this, but then I thought, okay, if I've thought of this, then Elon and the guys at Tesla, they must have thought of this too. So I did my usual quick super pilotish YouTube search for my very little research I do for my show. So it turns out like the owner's manual for a Tesla it's on the Google Play Store. So you can, and I think it's on the Android or the Apple, whatever Apple is. So yeah, so you can get it on your phone, and then there's your owner's manual. And most cars nowadays don't come with an actual paper owner's manual. I went and bought one for my car. It was a little pricey, but I like having the paper there. So, anyways, I took a little look of the owner's manual that you would find on your phone, and it's basically kind of the same as if you had the book, but it's just in like a PDF format, or it's a you know, flip, flip, swipe, swipe, swipe kind of thing. So, but I was thinking if you really want to get the owner of the car directly involved with it and know how everything works on it, I was thinking because the Tesla is so computerized, you could set up like a little course. It could be on your Google, apparently it syncs up with the main display, and so I was thinking for the Tesla guys, because I always see them. I go by the supercharger in town here, and there's all these guys on their phone waiting for the car to charge up because it takes like, I don't know, 10-20 minutes to charge up your Tesla. And they're sitting there, ho, 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 just scrolling on their phones, checking their emails or texts, or who knows what they're watching. Maybe they're watching the Super Pilotish channel. But I was thinking that if people, all these Tesla owners, got 20 minutes to kill everywhere, you could set it up so that there's an actual like a training module in the car where you could say, this is how you would. This is what the warning light looks like if your turn signal's burnt out. Although I don't know, they're LED, they probably don't. But for this, or if this at low battery, yeah, and you can kind of use because it's so heavy, it's basically a computer on wheels. Any car could do that. That's a computer on wheels, and give like a little tutorial on how to use everything in your car. Where's your spare tire? How would you do? How do you use the emergency help button or whatever on your car? I don't know. But anyways, so that's what I was thinking. And even features of like autopilots, like the self-driving mode. That's all weird stuff. And I'm not sure I'm a fan of that either, but I've heard it's good for long trips. And I don't know, I've just never been exposed to it too much. So here we go. So now let's just say theoretically that we now know, because of our creative interactive course that's available on the car or on your phone, and now you know every feature of your vehicle. Okay, why would I want to do that? We should look into we of course, that's one of the things about the internet. You give all this advice out there, it just means you do more work. I get that too. It's like, what you should do your show on. Well, actually, I do like getting tips that way, but it's like, oh, you do YouTube, you should do TikTok and Instagram and that. And I'm just thinking, that's just more work, man. I don't get paid for this. But if you are getting paid, man, why not justify starting up a team and getting more money? Okay, we'll say now that you know all about your vehicle, maybe there's some way that if you can prove that you've gone through this safety course involved with your Tesla, I've heard, or whatever car, I've heard, or or it could even be like a supercar or something like that that's really fast, and you got to know how all these things work. Could you get an insurance discount? Maybe the automakers could kind of look into that, and if they could back it up with statistics. I know that the insurance people, man, they're all first of all, they don't like paying out. So if they want to, they can do all the math and figure it out if that's feasible or profitable for them. That's an idea. I would think if you won't even get insurance on an airplane unless you've been trained on it so much. So it might be that way for cars in the future. But you could start off maybe with a discount. Oh, here we go. And I was also thinking mostly about the Tesla here too, because it's like a computer on wheels that you could kind of sync up your Tesla with your phone, with your laptop, with kind of like where Apple does it with their whole ecosystem. I was thinking too, and because that's all software, and there's a lot of software and AI running in the car, what if you could make a really cool driving simulator? Okay, simulator. Okay, maybe they could make up a driving simulator. Same thing as what you do with a airplane, the big jets and stuff, they do all of their emergencies and simulate emergencies and stuff like that in the simulator, and it's full motion and everything. But if the software exists for the car, you could probably put it into some kind of thing and have it at different areas around. I don't know. I guess Tesla dealerships. There's a few of them around. I don't know. That's an idea. Having a driving simulator. If anyone wants to check it out. Oh, hey, Safety Dog's here too. Hey, David. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, and here's another thing that I don't know if it exists or not. Okay, so the Tesla, they have the ludicrous mode, so it's just like it's super massively fast. But what about let's just say you're a car rental company and you want to buy a fleet of Teslas. Well, a concern of theirs might be, oh, this is too complicated for people. So that maybe haven't been, they're not all high tech. They're all Luddites like me. What if you had a rental mode for your car? So the rental mode would be, I don't know, you could call it ID10T mode or whatever you want to call it, like simple mode, where, okay, anybody in the world could just hop into this thing and figure out how to drive it. Not like, I don't know, like some of these things, they don't have keys. You just get in it, or there's no gear shift now or something. And like, how would you know if you're like some guy like me? Well, I mean, I'd figure it out. And people have their phones and stuff these days. But if you had some kind of really simplified mode that you could turn your car into, like, all right, I want a basic, just give me a basic freaking radio, FM, AM, well, done. Or I don't know, putting the windows up and down, headlights on. I don't know. You could have it all automatic, but people would be looking, how do I turn the headlights on? And like they are on. So anyways, so the rental mode, simple mode, just kind of like if you had a big fleet, that's going to be like, you see, because with most cars that are really high tech like that, the people that are buying them are like, engineers and computer guys and people that are into the tech, or maybe I guess a little bit of status symbol there too. But I mean, and they're kind of expensive cars, so you got to kind of have a good job and be kind of with it anyways to be able to afford one of those. So yeah, I don't know. It's just an idea. Here we go. And number 5. What was my number 5? Super pilotish 5. It was, I wrote this. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Now, I just thought this up. Okay. I don't know. So DLM, driver learning mode. So that would be something where I would say that kind of ties it back to my original having your user's manual. You could have that set up as in you're using your Tesla or the app on your phone that's linked up with your Tesla, but using that screen or whatever car it is to use it as a learning tool for, and maybe there's certain things you want to learn, and you could like say you want to, I don't know, you're studying for your pilot's license. You could have like a little first you go through your creative interactive course, and you know how everything on your car works, and you could have it so I want to learn something. So before you start your car, it asks you a question. It's like, okay, what is the capital of, okay, we got someone from Wisconsin here. What's the capital of Wisconsin? I have no idea. What's it? There's Green Bay, there's Madison. I don't even know. That's a bad example. But anyways, so you want to learn the capitals. You want to learn another language. Okay. What's the word for beans in Spanish? Frioles or something like that. So you could kind of set up the car so that every time you get into it, it kind of asks you a couple questions if you want. And then after years of driving this car, all of a sudden, you know a whole bunch of stuff. I learned all about aerodynamics for an airplane because of that, or blueprint reading skills for an engineering student, or whatever. Strange coding, coding word. What do you call those things? if you're doing computer programming, all these little things you forget, and like this forward slash, backslash, colon, space, all this other stuff has to be a certain way. Maybe a new, like, I'm learning Python, I'm learning C++, or whatever. And then you can learn all that stuff through your car, just a little bit every day. And then I was thinking, if you were going to do that, of course, with your driver learning mode, while you're charging up, you can go through it again on your little touch screen and learn some stuff while you're gassing up, charging up. I don't know, use it as a learning device, and something like that. There we go. 5 tips for automakers. I'm going to go over that. And okay, I was right. Madison, Wisconsin was the capital there. Okay, what do we got here? So we're gonna go over this here and then go see if there's any questions or comments. All right. So these are my 5 tips for automakers. Create an interactive course as part of learning to use every single part of that vehicle. It'll be safer, and you won't be getting panic calls like, "Oh, it won't start. Do you have it in park? Yes. Do you have your foot on the brake? Oh, I forgot." So you can prompt that. It's like, hey, this person's trying to start the car, or they're doing something. Do you have your foot on the brake? They can ask you stuff like that. And then if you do that, you'll learn it more and more. Okay. Maybe you get an insurance discount for people that know more about their vehicle. There could be a driving simulator, maybe some driving simulator tests that might tie into your insurance discount. Driving simulator would be really cool, especially for in autopilot mode, where the autopilot doesn't work all the time. Sometimes you got to switch it off so you don't hit a pedestrian or something like that. So that's where the simulator would come in real handy. And rental mode for us Luddites out there that want things super simple. And driver learning mode, if you want to learn whatever skill you want to learn, put it into the computer. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, Raleigh Knievels is here. That's a new guy. Hi. Okay, there we go. Let's check out and see if we have any questions here. All right. Glad you guys came by. All right. Let's see what Wrench has to say here. Okay, got something in my eye, my finger. Okay. Less complicated is sometimes difficult to decide. A gas airplane has throttle, mixture, carburetor heat, sometimes propeller, mags, CHT is cylinder head temperature. Are these more simple? Is single lever more simple? Yeah. Or is single lever more simple? Yeah. A lot of this stuff is how pilot proof or idiot proof do you want to make your airplane, or driver proof do you want to make your car? If things are automated, a little sensor went, now the whole thing's stuck. So as far as what you're talking about there, Wrench, well, I would say probably for little airplanes there, as long as it's certified, like it's not an experimental or home built, amateur built airplane. Usually the process of certification really of an airplane, they spend a whole lot of money and do a whole lot of research and reams of paperwork to make it so it's better. So I would probably say the single lever would probably be simpler. Let the computer take care of it. It is pretty, nowadays with cars and fuel injection. And fuel injection's been around forever. Electronic fuel injection's been around for 40 years, and mechanical fuel injection, for like 100 years. So I would say if it's certified, the single lever would probably be simpler, but also costs you 10 times as much money. So how much do you want to spend? Okay. All right, and the safety doc, Dr. David Perodin. I get the shout out from the safety doc today. That was awesome. Thank you. Oh, Harold, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Shout out to Harold Cheeseburger too. Yeah, hey, welcome back to the show, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you. Right. Okay. Talking about safety here, the safety doc would know. Um, I like the concept of the driving simulator. Something to note here in Wisconsin, where David's from. Driver's education is no longer offered in high schools. There's proposed legislation to reinstate that, though. Yeah, I think that was. I think that's kind of more of an American thing where they used to always just have the driver's ed in high school. Although I think it was offered at my high school here too. I don't know. It's what do we got here? Yeah, I don't know, but it's driver's ed is. I don't know. It's good to take. We'll put it that way. And then also, I did not know that your new SUV has a teen mode. When activated, limits use of radio speed and also records driving patterns and emails driving summary to the parent. Wow. Okay, I'm behind the times on this stuff. So, this is funny. How about a smoking mode for smokers? I need a rental car for tobacco smokers, please. We exist. Well, that's just funny, I was just thinking about how back in the old days it was like just common to, every car had an ashtray, and that accessory lighter when I was a kid, that was the cigarette lighter. It had a little picture of a cigarette on there, and or cigar lighter. In the airplanes, I've seen it for older airplanes that they refer to that as the cigar lighter. You can light up a big greasy stogie and go flying around. Well, times change. Okay. Oh, okay. This is what I did not know. Every new Ford I have has my key, where you can set up a key to only get half horsepower or no lane keeping. By the way, lane keeping bounces you off, zigzagging in the lane. Wow. I guess I'm behind the times on this stuff. But maybe something I thought of was original here. I don't know. Yeah, actually, my driver learning mode, that was original. Okay. But okay. Yeah, Rolly or Raleigh. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name there. We'll say Rolly. Probably short for Roland or something like that. Lane keeping, yeah, because my car doesn't have that, but I've been in a car that does, and it's just kind of bounces you back and forth. Okay. Yes, I think silly walk mode. I missed that one. I probably should have gotten silly walk mode on the plane or on my list. But you know what? I bet you Tesla probably has that if you do a Google search on it. Okay, what do we got here? No, I'm not giving you the finger, Harold. I was just pointing at something. I guess I do that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Harold was asking, did I go to Kennedy High? No, but that is in Windsor, Ontario. No, I went to a different high school there. What's this ranch just saying? Ashtrays in the back seat for the kids. No cup holders in planes too. There was I had an old Cadillac, 1981 Cadillac. It had 4 ashtrays and 4 cigarette lighters, and so it was like just this big leather couch on wheels kind of thing. And I ran into a guy that had a white one like that, but I think they made that model up to the Fleetwood. They made it up to 91, 93, something like that. And so I ran into this guy just some stranger in the grocery store parking lot, and he had a white one. Mine had some rust on it, but his was gorgeous. And he was saying that and I'm like, hey man, does that got the 4 ashtrays and the 4 cigarette lighters? And he's like, oh yeah, it's like the kids love it in the back. And so it's this 1993 car. It was like, or 1991 car. But the thing is, the kids, they could plug in their Game Boys and stuff like that in the back seat. The kids loved the great big old boat car. So the boat car. Okay, here we go. Oh, Shecky's in here too. Great. All right. So he is not attached to a cell phone. Don't own one. Not part of the simulation. Okay, good for you. And yeah, so the yeah, I guess you can be as high tech or as low tech as you want to be. And I from a low, but that's another thing too, is that the high tech people got to remember that us low tech people still exist, and some people are. I don't know. I consider myself maybe medium tech or something like that. But yeah, for like some people that just, they're one finger typing and they don't know how to use an iPad. I just kind of hit this and it works, and those people exist, and eventually the cars will have to, I don't know, or they'll have to just adapt to the technology. But I still think there's some little safety, what would you call that? Some concessions that the automakers could make towards those long. What are we here? Okay, I got distracted there for a sec from the comments, but anyways, I guess that's time for me to go then. Yeah, so here we go. All right. Okay, one last word from Wrench here. Quantity wise, there are way more kits being built than certified airplanes each year. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's just, I would say probably for the initial cost, if you're making your own airplane, the initial cost is probably about the same, a little bit less than getting a certified one. But in the long run, the maintenance costs are way, way less. I don't know. It's one of those trade-offs. How much money do you want to spend? Okay, so that is about it for today. Yeah, today is Wednesday. Okay, so I will be back on Friday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And Greg's here. Oh, I gotta go now. I don't know how the algorithm sent you here, but I'm here. Bye. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Greg's here. We gotta go. All right. I'll be back on Friday. And yeah, we'll just kind of shut her down. Thank you for watching. Bye.